Hello everyone and welcome to another Muffin video. Before we dive in here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell and drop a like on the video too if you're enjoying the content. Don't forget to join our Discord server as well if you're not already there. The link is in the description down below. We've also activated our channel membership, which comes with all kinds of perks, so check that out if you're interested in joining. And speaking of channel membership, I want to give a special shout out to our current members. Thank you so much, and I hope you're enjoying the benefits. And finally, a reminder that from now on, all comments on every video will be automatically entered into our weekly giveaways. Winners will be randomly selected by our bot and announced every Monday. So good luck, and let's get started. So in this video, I want to talk about a very important skill that not many people seem to know about. And it is one of the key ways to actually increase your overall party's DPS. Now there are a lot of different opportunities in the game to squeeze out more party DPS, such as the party white skills that some classes have, but this one is a little bit different. Now, I have made a video before talking about these emergency skills or common skills or universal skills, as they are referred to in different ways by different people, but during that video I didn't actually go into any detail as to whether or not any of them have any use other than the basic stats which I had explained. Since it's been a while since that video, I'll actually do a quick refresher now so people who are new can see this as well. So emergency skills, as I like to call them, are a class of skill that you can only find in one place in the game, and that is in fact in your diviner store here, or as some of us call it, the goo store. And if you are in the diviner store and scroll all the way down, you'll see here there are these 8 blue skills that all have emergency heal, emergency energy, stone skin, etc. And these skills can be purchased for this star essence here. And the reason normally why you would do this is because if you look in your skills menu here, you actually get collection stats for collecting skills, and these blue skills are no exception. So by collecting these up to 5 blue stars, you're getting these additional stats from having them collected in your skills inventory. So this is actually a nice source of stats first and foremost, because you're able to get all this additional collection stats from these skills. Now at first glance, most people would say okay, great, and then just ignore them after this point and assume that there's a little bit extra stats from them and that's basically about it. However, there is in fact one of these skills that is a very essential skill to know about. And that skill is Gremlin Whispers. Now, if you've spent any time playing this game, you've probably been in a party and seen someone ask, hey, can you run Gremlin? Hey, can this person run Gremlin? You know, can anyone run Gremlin? And you might have thought to yourself, well, what are they talking about? What is this Gremlin thing everyone keeps talking about? And the Gremlin thing everyone keeps talking about is Gremlin Whispers, which is one of these emergency skills here that you can see. It is a control skill that is a tactical skill that you can equip, and it has a very particular effect. Now, one thing I want to point out is most people, when they're looking at these skills, would probably click on them while in the skills menu and see, okay, what is this? Reduce the healing effect of the enemy, meh. Reduce defense by 2%, 2%, that's not that much, is it? But actually, if you go here and you change one of your tactical skills to Gremlin Whispers, you'll actually see, upon casting, the target enemy receives reduction in healing and reduces their defense by 4.7% plus 135 for 10 seconds. And all of a sudden it's like, well, hold on a second now. Now we've got almost a 5% defense reduction. And this is the benefit of this Gremlin Whispers. Now, I want to preface this by saying that this skill is a trade-off. It is a reduction in your own personal DPS in exchange for increasing your overall party's DPS. So first and foremost, if you are the strongest DPS in the group, you should not be running Gremlin Whispers. This would be, most times, to be honest with you, the healer would be the one who would run Gremlin, especially in Dragon's Bounty would be the #1 content where people would consider running Gremlin Whispers, and in fact 99% of the time that you see people asking someone to run Gremlin is going to be in Dragon, because you're trying to eke out that extra damage over a long period of time in order to have a higher score on the Dragon to get further through the HP bars and collect more rewards. So more often than not, if you're a healer and you're in content, primarily Dragon like I said, where you don't need all 3 of your active skills in order to keep the party alive, it makes sense to swap one of your heals for Gremlin Whispers, because doing so will increase your party's DPS output quite significantly, to be honest, like more than you might assume. Reduction of defense is actually one of these stronger DPS increasing mechanics in the game, of increasing damage percentage, increasing attack percentage, and other stats. Reducing enemies' defense is very, very big DPS increase, and that 5% or that 4.7% is going to feel a lot more impactful than you would assume. Now, you might, like I said, this really, if you're a DPS and you find yourself where you're partied with much stronger DPS, for example, if there's a very strong whale in the party who's carrying other people, then it could actually be in your overall benefit to pop the Gremlin Whispers on and boost the whale so their damage goes even higher, and of course the other DPS as well. So, like I said, most times the healer should run it, but there are going to be times where the DPS can run it too. Now, one thing that's important to know, it is actually possible for 2 players in the party to both run Gremlin Whispers. And in order to make this work effectively, because Gremlin Whispers has a 10-second debuff duration, but has a longer cooldown, when you have 2 Gremlin Whispers in the party, you would actually have to have one player casting Gremlin Whispers on auto, and the other player with Gremlin Whispers on manual, so that when the first debuff ends, the second player will then manually cast Gremlin Whispers again, so you end up with 20 seconds of defense reduction instead of 10 seconds followed by the very long cooldown. So this is actually an effective way, if you have the party makeup in Dragon, for example, to get that additional damage output from the party. So yeah, like I said, if you find yourself in a situation where you're pushing a lot of harder content or running Dragon often, and you're not the strongest DPS in the party, or as you would say, you're not the carry DPS, then there are going to be cases where it's actually worth you sacrificing your personal DPS in order to run Gremlin. Though, like I said, first and foremost, the most likely candidate to who would be running Gremlin Whispers would be the healer. So if you have any healer friends who are running Dragon, tell them about this skill, make sure everyone knows, and spread this video around, because I've noticed, at least recently, whenever we're running Dragon with new people, that there's a lot of people who just straight up don't know about Gremlin Whispers. Say, hey, do you mind running Gremlin? And the response is always, Gremlin, what's that? So hope you found this video helpful. Hopefully you learned something new here, and spread the word. If you know people who don't know about Gremlin Whispers, let them know how good this is and how it can potentially benefit their overall party's DPS, even if it's a small reduction to their own personal DPS or a small reduction to healing output if they are a healer. So there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye now.